Hey there. So picture this. You're diving in the deep, blue Aegean Sea off the coast of a tiny, rocky Greek island. It's the year 1900. The water is cold, the light is fading, and you're actually not looking for treasure at all. You're a sponge diver, just trying to make a living. Then, through the murk, you see it. The ghostly outline of a shipwreck. And as you get closer, you see more than just broken pottery. You see statues, marble and bronze figures staring back at you from the ocean floor, frozen in time for over 2,000 years. That's an incredible find on its own. But what you don't know, as you start bringing these artifacts to the surface, is that you've just stumbled upon the single most baffling, anachronistic object in the history of human technology. Something that shouldn't exist. Hey, welcome back. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Curiosity Compendium. Today, we're diving into a story of saltwater, bronze gears, and cosmic curiosity. This is Episode 9, the Antikythera Mechanism, the ancient Greek computer found in a shipwreck. When those sponge divers first brought up their finds, the archaeologists who saw the hull were, understandably, focused on the beautiful sculptures. But a year later, as a lump of corroded bronze and wood was carefully examined, it split apart. And inside, they saw gears. Dozens of intricate, tiny bronze gears, layered like a clock. But this wasn't a clock. This device was dated to sometime between 270 BCE, and nothing even remotely as mechanically complex would appear again for over 1,000 years. The world had to wait until the 14th century for geared devices of similar sophistication. So the question screamed out from the silence of the centuries: what on earth is this thing? For decades, it was a mystery. They called it the Antikythera Mechanism, after the island near where it was found. It was studied, X-rayed, and debated. But it wasn't until the turn of the 21st century, with advanced 3D X-ray tomography, basically a super high-tech CT scan, that we could finally peer inside the corroded lump and map the gears without destroying it. And what we found was breathtaking. This wasn't just a toy. It was a precise, portable mathematical instrument. An analog computer built to model the cosmos. Think about that. Over 2 millennia ago, a Greek artisan, or more likely, a team of them, crafted a device that could calculate and display the movements of the sun, the moon, and the planets. You turned a hand crank on the side, and as the gears whirred, pointers moved across dials on the front and back, predicting celestial events with remarkable accuracy. It could show the phases of the moon. It could predict solar and lunar eclipses. It even accounted for the subtle wobbles in the moon's orbit, a complexity we call lunar anomaly. One of the dials is believed to have been a 19-year calendar for tracking metonic cycles, the period it takes for the moon's phases to recur on the same solar date, while another tracked the 4-year cycle of the Pan-Hellenic Games, the ancient Olympics. This was a philosopher's tool, a teacher's demonstration, and a feat of engineering, all in one. Now, let's pause on that engineering for a moment, because as someone who spent his life in engineering and tech, here in New York and before that back in Bangladesh, this is the part that just blows my mind. The mechanism used a complex system of epicyclic gearing, that's gears within gears, to simulate the retrograde motion of planets. To the ancient Greeks watching the night sky, planets like Mars would sometimes appear to loop backwards. The mechanism, using a brilliant design likely inspired by the astronomer Hipparchus, replicated this loop-to-loop motion mechanically. The precision required to cut these tiny bronze gears, some with triangular teeth, all by hand, it's humbling. We have a tendency to think of technological progress as a straight, upward line. But the Antikythera Mechanism is a stark reminder that it's more of a winding path, with moments of genius that flare up, are lost, and are later rediscovered. Who built it? We don't know their names. The ship was Roman, likely carrying loot from the Greek world to Rome. But the mechanism itself speaks of a deep synthesis of knowledge. It embodies Greek astronomical theories, Babylonian mathematical precision, and a craftsmanship that is simply sublime. Some scholars have linked its design to the island of Rhodes, a known center of astronomy and engineering, and perhaps even to the legendary thinker Archimedes. Wherever it came from, it represents a peak of ancient technical achievement that we only know about because of a single, lucky shipwreck. And that leads me to a personal reflection. I grew up with two powerful narratives. One was the incredible history and intellectual tradition of my part of the world, South Asia, the inventions, the mathematics, the astronomy. The other was the forward-looking promise of science and technology as a universal language. The Antikythera Mechanism, for me, sits at the crossroads of those ideas. It's a physical testament to a universal human impulse to understand the patterns of the universe and to build a tool to grasp them. It wasn't magic. It was science. It was the application of meticulous observation, mathematical theory, and skilled craftsmanship. That drive, to look at the wandering stars and not just tell a myth, but to build a machine that predicts their paths, that's a drive that transcends any one culture or era. It's the same curiosity that fuels an engineer in a lab in Dhaka or a startup hub in Brooklyn today. So, what's the takeaway from this lump of bronze? For me, it's a lesson in humility and connection. We often romanticize the past as a simpler time, or we condescend to it as primitive. The Antikythera Mechanism shatters both those views. It tells us that the human mind has always been capable of extraordinary, systematic complexity. It connects us directly to an ancient thinker who, just like us, looked up at the sky and wanted to figure it out, so much so that they literally built the universe in a box. Their tools were different, but the curiosity was identical. That curiosity is what we try to honor with every episode of this show. If you enjoyed this deep dive into an ancient wonder, it would mean the world if you'd share the Curiosity Compendium with a friend. Tell them about the ancient Greek computer found in a shipwreck. For more episodes like this, make sure you're subscribed wherever you get your podcasts. This show is produced by Light Knot Studios. You can find more of our work and support independent storytelling by visiting lightknotstudios.com. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi. Thank you for listening, and never stop being curious.